Hi, this is James Garden, CineTechGeek at NAB2019, and I'm here with Shobna from Prime Focus. And I'm with them today because they're showing an end-to-end cloud platform for production workflows, and I just wanted to go over it because cloud is becoming like this. I really see cloud starting to open up this year because of the capabilities and functional things that we can do. And Shobna is going to actually talk about that with us today. So Shobna, just tell us about Prime Focus and what they're here to do today.
Absolutely. So PFT, as we call it, short for Prime Focus Technologies, we've been working at automating the content supply chain for the last 10 years now. And surprisingly, we've been natively cloud all along. So it's very interesting when you spoke to me about how cloud is gaining prevalence. That's absolutely true, and we've been seeing it for so many years, and we thought it was extremely important for every other content creator, including broadcasters and production houses or OTT services for that matter, to be able to embrace one software approach, right? I mean, if you look at the other industries out there, SAP, Oracle, they've been adopting, talking about one software for the entire industry for years. So we've taken learnings from that, and we thought it was important for M&E to have one software that automates the content supply chain as well, sort of looking beyond just MAM per se, and to be able to get every single department, every single vendors, partners that are involved in the content creation to delivery process to be using one software to be able to manage their supply chain. Obviously, that's not going to happen without cloud, and of course, that's where we play a huge role, and that's the flagship product as well. Clear is our flagship product, and it I think today manages about 1.5 million hours of content annually.
So let's talk about that. So I like to, we can talk about these products, but it's a bit nebulous. So I like to bring people who watch this video on board and explain sort of some things that you can expect when jumping to these sort of solutions. So I really so everyone has digital dailies. They're not new.
Yeah.
But digital dailies usually means you're putting stuff into a cloud sort of storage solution. But so the things you showed me today, for example, was you've got some AI capabilities in terms of how to analyze and make that content more usable. And for example, if I had a needle in the haystack in terms of getting the right edit from a particular set of content,
Yeah.
your AI, for example, will contextualize that content to a degree where I can pull to that that specific producer's intent. Frame accuracy,
Yeah.
finding the right shots very easily, and that was a very impressive demonstration. And can you tell us how did the development of those sort of tools come along, and who's sort of really taking advantage of those tools at this stage?
Sure. In fact, I was in one of the conferences recently, and everybody was talking about AI. Obviously, AI is the hottest topic right now, but everybody has their doubts in terms of AI because it's not up there with execution. It's not up there. It's a concept everybody wants to buy into. I mean, we all know how Netflix uses it really well. We all know how 21st Century Fox. In fact, I think for one of their genres of horror movies, they work along with one of the, I think Watson, I want to say, to be able to analyze based on trailers which horror movies will really work and stuff. So AI has been in use in the media and entertainment industry as well, but we wanted to make something which is more quick and easy and immediately actionable for our customers, and hence we've launched something called Clear Vision Cloud. It's got multiple, I mean, if you really look at this, we've got quite a few AI-led microservices, as we call it. We've modeled that based on our AI ML pyramid. So that's really our AI ML pyramid. It's got three multiple segments to it. Obviously, the base segment is all of the AI-led microservices, which is got multiple things like automatic content segmentation, which is extremely important for those identification of right segments, it's frame accurate, etc. Thumbnail creation, thumbnail generation, playlisting, sort of scene description, and scene description is really the basis of the whole thing, right? I mean, if you have the right scene description to be able to help in promo assist in terms of creating promotions, makes it so much better.
So just give us some examples of, I know you've been throwing a lot of features there, but those features, how do they actually materialize in terms of an editor? What would they use with those features?
So let's say if we want to have an editor create a promo. Ideally, he or she will have to go through the entire footage and to be able to identify what works and what doesn't. But with the help of our AI-led microservice, the relevant clips would automatically be aligned for them, and then the editor can pick and choose and build the story in their NLE. That's case one. Case two could possibly be reconfirmance, right? I mean, most people out there want to go ahead and reconfirm the really old shows because everybody loves old shows, and I mean, people like me would absolutely love watching those older shows, but then in the latest 4K or HDR format. So if you really want to reconfirm, nobody really has to go back to the timeline, look at the entire footage and to be able to mark in, mark out, time in, time out those segments and then reformat it. You don't have to do that because AI-led microservice by PFT will automatically identify those segments, give it to you in the NLE, so editor will just have line it up and at least he or she knows what are the segments they need to work on. That's an example of a second use case. Third one could be highlight package creation if you were watching cricket, for example.
Yes, I saw that one where it can basically, you say, I want to highlight, for example, there is a player who's done a really good job today and you want to do a highlight package for him, for the audience, showing all the best sixes and fours, etc. And you just dial that up and say, show me all this, click, 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 and bang, there you go. It's pretty instantaneous.
How easy is that? I mean, it's as simple as that. So you don't have to necessarily sift through each and every one of those content yourself. It's available at the click of a mouse button. So that's as simple as that.
And let's go on to the final part of this solution, and that is really deliverables. And so you're going out to all these different streaming agents, and I suppose this is where you call it the full end-to-end solution, because the solution does also support finally bringing all the assets together and building such things as IMF packages to feed into a particular streaming service, etc. Is that the case?
So Clear really has something called, of course, Clear has IMF capability as well. It supports IMF formats. We've also got IMF Player that makes it so much more easy and cool and interesting for managing sort of IMF packages as well. And of course, we publish to multiple different platforms. We've got multiple different bots that we distribute these, be it clips or be it any of the marketing departments wants to publish anything on the OTT platforms, that's a possibility as well. So really Clear helps right from the creation all the way to distribution and delivery and archiving as well, which is why we call it end-to-end solution, because it's media ERP for the company, for the enterprise and global enterprise. So you don't necessarily have to use multiple different systems, you can just do it all with one system. It's modular, so it's easier for people to buy. It also has multiple solutions, so you can pick and choose the ones that suits you the best. And then it's also interoperable, so you don't necessarily have to be concerned about, oh, this particular system does not speak to my man. I think it's very important to be able to actually have the systems talk to each other, which is really what we've been focusing on as well.
And finally, because I think I missed this, but I'd like to mention it, the demo that I saw today, for example, was the integration with Premiere. I suppose there's integration with other tools, but Premiere, for example, has a panel
Premiere Pro panel.
Yeah, yes. Premiere Pro panel. So basically all the capabilities are dragged straight into Premiere, making it a very native feel, like it's all part of the solution, part of the editing platform that your organisation is using. So
yes, we launched that about 3 years ago, and obviously Clear can support Adobe Premiere Pro as well. So all you have to do is click and drag and drop it, and it's easy for you to do the storytelling from there on.
Anyway, I think we've covered everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That's no problem. That's all right. That's James Garden, the CineTechGeek at NAB 2019. Bye for now.